Mark Stone steps up, and Mitch Marner's return to Toronto in a 6-3 Golden Knights win over the Maple Leafs. Stone with a couple of goals and an assist, extending his point streak to 14 games. We have more ahead on this special edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
From Las Vegas, Tony Dasco and Chris Gawlik. Welcome to Locked On Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. I'm a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports, season ticket holder from day one for the Silver and Golden Knights, and the host of the Hockey News Collectibles Show. Coming up ahead on this edition, it is our special edition. We are casuals, like VGK on the 1-for-7 power play against the Flyers. But coming up ahead, we've got a recap of the game in Toronto last night and the meeting against Ottawa tomorrow, Sunday. Don't forget to watch us each and every day, Monday through Friday, on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, 1 o'clock, SSSEN, YouTube TV, Cox Cable Channel 77. We are a couple of casuals. A complete effort, Chris, for VGK and Mitch Marner's return against his former team in Toronto. The fans were pretty much, I thought, silenced from the start as VGK scores twice early. They close it out late. The boos diminished as the game wore on. One of the funniest things I think I've ever seen was they played the tribute video. Standing ovation, well received for Marner. Then back to the regularly scheduled boos. They just went back to the boos, which was so crazy. Marner does not get into the scoring column, but VGK played this game for him. They played with a ton of emotion. We saw this evidenced at the end of the game when he received hugs from his teammates. And Marner started on the wing last night with Hertl and Dorofeev, but VGK was a team, Chris, that would not be denied in this game. They had that jump from the get-go.
Talked about in yesterday's show about the human element and how dangerous it can be. Talked about how the Golden Knights started very rough against the Boston Bruins. And then when they decided to wake up, they showed what they were capable of when they got back to their game. And then now you look at what happens when this team wants to turn things up and how good they can be. And this isn't the first time. We saw it, of course, when Jack went back to Buffalo, a much more hostile environment than Toronto was. I guess the Toronto fans, I was expecting venom and tons of negativity, and just it wasn't that bad at all. Maybe it's because I was expecting it to be worse than it was, but credit the Leafs fans. They did stand up. They did cheer for the most part during the tribute video, but then the boos. But they cheered when he was coming off for his shifts. Coach Cassidy was even laughing about that in the post-game presser. He's like, "Oh, I think it was that good of a shift," And so, I mean, listen, this is a
just great
fun
fans.
game.
They're great fans up there.
No, it's a fun game. And again, the Golden Knights just showed why the human element matters. And this is why I did pick the Golden Knights to win this game 6-2 yesterday, and they won 6-3.
Jack Eichel gets VGK on the board first. That goal on the left side, wide open, tic-tac-toe variety, the feed from Ivan Barbashev and Mark Stone. And that was just 1:06 into the game. Stone points now in 14 consecutive games, 23 points during that stretch. Jack Eichel, 11 games in a row, he's put points on the board, 21 points, 7 goals during that span. Now we had Keegan Kolesar. He gets into the act. Now he's got 4 goals on the season. That third liner moving up perhaps to the second or first line again. And nice feed from Jonas Rundbjerg and Riley Smith on the assist. VGK leads 2-0, end of 1. The Maple Leafs got on the board 13 seconds into the second period. That's when you went, oh no. But then VGK grows that lead, and they were leading 4-1 on goals by Pavel Dorofeev, his 22nd of the season, Braden Bowman with his 7th of the year, and that turns out to eventually be the game winner up until that point there, every VGK line scored, which was impressive. They did point that out on the telecast. Then Scott Lawton on the breakaway goal. He scores. Bobby McMahon made it 4-3, end of 2. But then in the third, the insurance goal by Mark Stone, that 2-on-1 odd man rush. Barbashev played a really good game last night. He needs to stink and be rewarded. He had that beauty of a pass to Stone and then the empty netter in the final minute. And Mark Stone now up to 20 goals on the season. Phenomenal. I just remember the text I sent you. The guy's breaking down like a week ago. He looks like he's going to be back on LTIR. And here we go.
If Mark Stone would have played all 82 games and he continues his current scoring pace, he would score 125 points.
Jeez.
He still might score between 80 and 100 points. I mean, it's that incredible what's happening right now with the captain, and you hope he can stay healthy. You mentioned Kolesar a lot, and let's give him some flowers right now. He deserves them. His best play of the game came before the clock was even ticking. As he's coming out of the tunnel, you had a Leafs fan holding, I think it was an old Marner jersey with the name "sellout" in print on it, and Kolesar just grabbed it and shoved it right down. He's probably going to get a phone call from the league. He's probably going to get fined for that. But
that was finesse.
It was finesse. But listen, Marner will gladly.
He did it in one swoop and just threw it down.
Good.
Marner never
it
saw
was definitely good.
That was great.
Marner will gladly pay Kolesar's fine either in money or the equivalent of Guinness beer. So either way, Kolesar has nothing to sweat there should he get fined from the league. But Kolesar, like I said, let's give him some flowers here. So now he's got 3 goals in 5 games, 2 goals against the Leafs this year, and he got into the scoring fracas when the Golden Knights played the Preds.
Fracas? Did you say fracas?
Fracas.
Okay.
I don't know. We're not on Fox today. We're safe.
No. We're good.
But no, since moving up to that third line, he's getting involved. So, Kolesar, this is the depth scoring that you need to see for this team to have Stanley Cup aspirations. And if Mitch Marner, sure, but if Kolesar and Bowman's getting back into it and things like that, then yeah, things could certainly be looking ahead for a Vegas Golden Knights team that still has a lot of injuries right now.
Yeah. And Bruce Cassidy afterwards, what stood out to me, well, he did have some comments about Marner, but he said he really didn't discuss much with Marner about going back to Toronto. He just said, this is what happened in the past when like Jack Eichel went back to Buffalo and Stone went back to Ottawa for the first time. But what stood out to me was him talking about Rasmus Andersson. He called him a money player. Said he will see a lot of time on the penalty kill and 5-on-5. And in that game, he was not invisible. You knew he was there. But, of course, it's going to take him time to get through immigration, through all his papers and stuff, and to become, more accustomed to this system. Had the assist on the Stone empty net goal, had 3 blocked shots in the game. He said he's happy to be here with the VGK. And Andersson said they asked him about the crowd. He said, nah, it wasn't too loud. He said in Europe, you could hear the boos louder. So I wonder if he's been on the receiving end. But after a week away, he said that he hadn't skated in a while. And he said it was kind of rough when he got to Las Vegas. So he actually came to Las Vegas. We're trying to piece this together, this saga. He comes to Las Vegas with his family, skates on the ice a little bit, and then jets out to Boston and now Toronto, and who knows where he goes from here. But he said he's getting back into the groove after that week away.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson's going to be just fine. And you heard immediate comparisons from Coach Cassidy to Pietrangelo as far as that money player down the stretch in games and things like that. So, the top pairing is now Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Andersson, whether or not that's what it looks like on paper or not, but that is this team's top pairing. The deep pairing that's going to be out there at the very end of the game, that's the top deep pairing. Now McNabb might, give a little bit of a run for their money, so to speak, when he does come back, because him and Theodore have had some very good measurables, and all of a sudden in a week's time, we've gone from being concerned about the D corps to comparing them amongst the better or best D corps in the league. That's
crazy.
Rasmus Andersson will do for
They
you.
can't
So.
be when they still have Lazan. They can't be the top.
Yeah, Lazan unfortunately did not look too good on that 2-on-1, nor did Aiden Hill. I mean, if there's a minor concern, it's Aiden Hill on breakaways. I know he had the circus save. I know he had that fun save not long after, and everyone's hooting and hollering, but the circus saves are the easy ones. You have nothing to lose as a goaltender in that moment. So when you come up big in those moments, sure, great, it's fine, everything. But
all you do, as soon as you feel it hit the mitt, it was a Marc-Andre Fleury, start flopping around. Oh, it looks spectacular.
Well, I'm more concerned about the basic mechanics of breakaway goals and getting
cannot
deep low
handle
and laterally and stuff like that. But again, Golden Knights got the win. That's the takeaway. Mitch Marner had a nice moment this game. Keegan Kolesar was great before the game started and when the game was going. And Mark Stone, Jack Eichel. And one last point for me. I feel like the microphones were turned up a little bit last night. I was watching a lot of the recap this morning. I couldn't watch the game a lot with audio yesterday, but I caught a lot of the highlight packages this morning on the NHL Network and all that. And you heard a lot of the players' voices after goals were happening and
what
stuff.
about
I thought that was a lot of fun.
Stone?
You heard Stone, you heard Eichel, you heard Cole
was screaming. Yeah, they turned up the mics there on the boards. I thought it was great because you could hear Stone. What was he saying? Yeah, something.
They really got to get more mics and more behind the scenes content for hockey. I mean,
that was some good coverage, and of course, just a couple of things here that I have on my notes here. Like I thought Marner was exceptional the way that he handled the media. Remember, initially he was not going to meet with the media before the game, and he did. He had
I think VGK deserves some credit for that, Tony. Sorry to cut you off. I think VGK does deserve.
They absolutely do. I'm with you.
Marner available there.
Yeah, he was at the Ritz-Carlton. That's great. And then after the game, again, just complimentary. And then Cassidy did say one thing that really stood out. He said it's great to see that this game is behind Marner. He said he told Marner, if you weren't a good player, they wouldn't bother booing you. So take it as a compliment. I thought
one last thing on my end here.
One last thing. I've got one last thing too. After you have one last thing.
Okay, go ahead. It was going to be a 20-minute segment. That's fine.
Okay, so
Marner, he almost took the bait. I'm not sure which reporter it was. I think it was someone in Toronto asked if there was, going to be some chirping or, hooting and hollering because you beat your team now twice this season. And you heard him like he started like, oh yeah, and then he went right back to important points.
Yeah, got back online.
Like he almost for our 40+ crowd, the needle almost came off the record for him.
Whoa, needle on the record. I don't remember that. Second night in a row, strong third period. VGK out shooting the Leafs and then holding the Leafs to without a shot for the final 10 minutes. Okay, your boy Keegs, 5 shots on goal last night. I don't think we pointed that out. That's in my notes. And then one final note. Why in the stinking world do the Maple Leafs go with Anthony Stolarz in net? He hadn't played since November the 11th. Remember earlier this week, he was sent down to the AHL Marlies, and it was supposed to be a conditioning stint, but he never conditioned. He never played a game. So why do they go with him? That to me made absolutely.
You got to get in there somewhere, Tony. What are you going to do?
Made absolutely. Joseph Wall, that was his net last night. It was a big game. It might not have been for the Maple Leafs or Berube, who like hit himself in the head with a weight, but for the fans. The fans thought
Ruby,
that it was.
Wear a hat. WTF. I got to get that in now.
Put
a hat on, bro. Put a hat on.
Coming up next, a preview of VGK at Ottawa on this special edition of Locked On Golden Knights. FanDuel's officially in playoff mode, and so are we every game day during the NFL playoffs like tomorrow. FanDuel's giving customers even more ways to get into the action. Right now, every NFL playoff game day, so tomorrow, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside of the app. It's really cool. So you will see a pack tomorrow loaded with multiple profit boosts that you can apply to your bets and the ones that you like the most. It's not for any other bets. You can apply them first thing on Sunday and see what boost you want to apply. And the betting lines for Sunday's conference championship games, the Patriots 4-point favorite now. They were 4.5 yesterday in Denver against the Broncos. The total still 42 and a hook. And the Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites over the Rams in Seattle. The total came down from 47 to 46. So check it out there on FanDuel. And the boost let you lean into your game day instincts, whether you are backing momentum, defense, quarterback play, coaching. I would have to factor in weather. I think Denver's probably going to get smacked with some snow too. You make your picks, apply your profit boost, and you go after bigger payouts while the playoffs are rolling. So visit FanDuel today, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Welcome back from Las Vegas. Of course, Las Vegas not participating in winter weather. We are not. We refuse to.
We're casuals.
We definitely are casuals here on this casual Saturday special edition.
I'm dressed up. I got like a vest and everything on.
I like that. That's a cool look. I was going to ask you what that was all
garb.
about.
Coaching garb. Let's.
Does that have a parachute on the back? Is there a parachute?
It's got a heater. It's not plugged in, but it heats.
Oh, it heats you up. That's cool.
Real fast while we are talking, Vegas
are.
Misfits knee deep in our tournament this weekend. Very proud of the compete level, and we got a couple of games today. And
who are the Vegas Misfits?
Misfits are the 12U tournament program that I am honored to coach. It's a lot of fun getting to know these great kids, and we battle and we have fun on the ice and off the ice and everything in between. And quick shout out to Chris in our house game last night. Potted a great goal as well. So there we go.
So that was in your living room in your house? No, house game.
So it's a 5-game weekend between house and tournament hockey. So and Allie has a basketball game in a couple hours today too. So
my goodness.
Not enough hours in the day, but we'll find a way to make it all work with coffee.
At least you are not shoveling snow. All right.
No.
So
if I was, I would be shoveling snow and then doing all those things.
But I don't like the snow. I just get like all these bad flashbacks of shoveling snow when I was a kid and just how painful that was outside. But the fun side is, of course, going tobogganing on a golf course and doing some fun things. I've reached out to all my friends this morning. I'm watching the Weather Channel again, and I start texting everyone, "Hey, have a fun day in the snow. Hey, I just hope that they're safe out there."
I got a buddy in Northern Canada text me this morning. It's minus 31. I said, "Good for you, bud."
Oh my gosh, that's not good. VGK plays in minus 27 Ottawa on Sunday. The Senators with the loss, and I had a transition somehow. Oh, just one more thing. That's all we said in that first segment. The loss in Nashville Thursday night was a stinger. This was an Ottawa team that led 3-0. And then I turned the game on. At the start of the third period, Steven Stamkos scores his third goal, a minute 13 remaining to complete the hat trick. Predators added an empty netter 5-3. And let's see if they can rebound from that game. And after the go-ahead goal, Brady Tkachuk just takes a stick and whacks it and breaks it in half on the goalpost in disgust. He was so mad. Because he was in position to stop that puck, and Stamkos, with an athletic play, just hits it out of the air and puts it in net. So now, this is so rigged. The Senators do have a game tonight at home against Carolina.
Just like how the goal had a game in Boston before the Leafs game, Tony, just like that, or no?
I can't understand why teams are playing their number 2 goaltender against VGK. That is more rigged than rigged. So front end of the back-to-back against Carolina today in minus 27. In minus 42 tomorrow, they host VGK 2 p.m. Las Vegas time. What do you see out of this Ottawa Sens team?
I mean, you got a team in disarray, number one, a lot of it because a lot of strange public things happening that likely have no truth whatsoever. And some clown posts something on Reddit, and here we are talking about this crazy team controversy that likely never happened. Just some idiot in his parents' basement while they pay for his Wi-Fi, just chirping, trying to get some attention. So that's very unfortunate, but the reality is that is affecting the Sens right now, whether it's bringing them together or making things a little more challenging, probably a little from column A and column B. Hockey game, or in this case, games must be played by the Sens, and the Golden Knights will be waiting for them on Sunday. And like I talked about in the first segment, like I talked about in yesterday's show, the human elements. Letdown city. I mean, now again, Mark Stone does have history with Ottawa, so that might help a little bit, but that ship has been sailed many times since Stone was traded to Vegas, so this isn't like a big welcome back moment or anything like that. Golden Knights can check all their boxes and maintain, not the same level as yesterday, but a similar level of play. They should be okay in this one, but it also would not surprise me if Ottawa does win this game 5-1.
Yeah, and again, playing without the services of Linus Ullmark, still out after taking that personal leave of absence, and not sure if he's going to be in net tomorrow, but he was back on the ice on Friday.
Good.
So that is some good news for the Senators and for their fans. How about this stretch? In addition to the negative temperatures there, Senators playing Carolina, VGK, and the Avalanche in this sequence.
Avs, who just got crushed at home by the Flyers, like 7-3 or something.
The Flyers team is for real, man. Break up the Flyers, for crying out loud. Senators,
Flyers, they got a nice little week.
And the Senators had points for 5 consecutive games prior to the Nashville game, so they felt as though that they were coming on, but they got stopped there in that game. And the Golden Knights still have to contend with Brady Tkachuk, 8 points, including 4 goals in a 5-game scoring streak himself. What else concerns you about this Senators team?
I mean, the Sens have scored 23 goals in their last 5 games, but they've also allowed
Take
20
the under.
They've scored 23 goals and they've allowed 20 goals in their last 5 games. So you take that how you will. Schmid likely gets the call. I'm assuming the Golden Knights are going to go up and back for a little bit. And Schmid wasn't that great, I believe, in his last start. So we'll see. That was the Boston game. So we'll see if he gets it back. And like I said, I mean, every Golden Knights line has been very confusing. I feel like I had a read on yesterday's line with them being favored in a game that it didn't seem like they should have been favored in. Credit to the Golden Knights for delivering there. Haven't looked at a line for the Sens game yet. I would assume the Golden Knights, I'm going to say minus 150.
150. Holy cow.
Minus 150.
Back to back. We're going to have to see how.
I'm looking right now to see if we got one.
Do you feel that just real quick here before we wrap things up on this
minus
show?
134 Vegas Golden Knights, 6.5 plus 106 on the over.
Did you feel as though the Golden Knights were just in it for a split at the worst, playing at Boston and at Toronto?
What do you feel
like? Well, do you feel like they might have played for a split there? That would be
played for a split. I'm sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood what you said.
I didn't say split. I said
listen,
split.
No team goes into it. Okay, let's make sure we get one of these 2 games. Like the mindsets win everything, but the human element. This is where we can't get inside these players' minds. We don't know what they're thinking shift to shift, game to game, moment to moment. We're handicapping these games as best we can from what we know about the team and what we see on paper, and also the sports books, like it or not, the sports books do have a read on their initial lines. Obviously, the money dictates what happens afterwards, but you got to put a line out there and see how the public reacts to it. And these opening lines are usually pretty solid. So I think that's how you kind of get a perspective of what's happening. Listen, if you were to take a silent vote and the Golden Knights said, okay, which game are we going to win of the 2, Boston or Toronto? Everyone besides Jack Eichel and Coach Cassidy are going to click the Toronto box. So I see where you're going with that. Goal achieved. They got 2 points, almost got a third and or a fourth.
Yeah, for sure. Out for this Ottawa team, David Perron, just the local ties here. Yeah. Michael Amadio should have they should have a tribute video for him, even though he's at home.
So Amadio's out or no?
No, I said they should have a tribute video.
Like all the VGKers and ex-VGKers injured. What the heck?
And James Reimer or Hunter Shepard. Oh my goodness. I can't. They'll get Shepard. They'll get Shepard the way things are going.
So look at the number 3, even better.
Yeah. Thanks so much. They're going to get the emergency.
25 minutes. That was pretty good, Tony.
Okay. I know. I'm with you. I don't have one more thing to say, so that's good news. And thanks for tuning in today to Locked On Golden Knights. Make sure that you subscribe and follow us. Thank you very much. Today, that's terrific. Follow us to get all the latest episodes. And if you haven't already, check out our new Everydayer Club, access to the ad-free audio feed, invitation to the members-only Discord, and members-only Locked On merch store. Check it out today. LockedOnPodcast.com/everydayer. For my man, Chris Gawlik, Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas, thanks for tuning in on this special edition show. We'll be back again on Monday to recap the Senators game and much, much more right here on Locked On Golden Knights.